Wiltshire. Yes.
His Royal Highness Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, won a widespread respect for his wholehearted support to his wife in her role as a queen and his remarkable contribution to the public duty. Prince Philip of Greece was born on 10 June 1921 on the island of Corfu in Greece. His father was Prince Andrew of Greece and his mother was Princess Alice of Battenberg. After the completion of his study, Prince Philip began his distinguished naval career as a cadet at the Britannia Royal Naval College in Dartmouth. He proved himself as an outstanding prospect, passing out at the top of his class in January 1940 and seeing the military action for the first time in an Indian Ocean. By October 1942, he was one of the youngest first lieutenant in the Royal Navy, serving on board the destroyer HMS Wallace. Following the wedding between His Royal Highness the Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, and Her Majesty the Queen in Westminster Abbey on 20 November 1947, he took leave from the Royal Navy in July 1951 and began adapting his life as a royal consort. One of Prince Philip's main concern was for the welfare of young people, and in 1956 that interest sparked the launch of his successful Duke of Edinburgh's award. Over the years, it has enabled some 6 million 15 to 25 years old, many with disabilities, across the world to challenge themselves physically, mentally, and emotionally in a range of outdoor activities designed to promote teamwork, resourcefulness, and a respect for the nature. Throughout his life, the Duke continued to devote much time to the scheme, attending various functions and involving himself in its day-to-day running. Prince Philip was Colonel of the Grenadier Guards, the senior infantry regiment in the army between 1975 and 2018, which was one of the 4 Gurkha regiments that amalgamated in 1994 to create the Royal Gurkha Rifles, later became 7th Duke of Edinburgh's own Gurkha Rifle. He was also a passionate advocate for wildlife and the environment. He threw his considerable influence and energy behind the World Wildlife Fund. He was appointed as a president of World Wildlife Fund UK during its foundation and served as international president of Wildlife Fund UK for 16 years until his retirement at the end of 1996. His contribution to the organization has been enormous. He visited Wildlife Fund project over 50 countries on 5 continents, helping with fundraising and awareness, and strongly promoted conservation issues at the highest governmental and corporate levels. His Royal Highness was hugely significant in the armed forces, having served operationally for many years. He was respected by all who served alongside him and after him. He was made Field Marshal of the British Army in 1953, a rank he held until his death, and he enjoyed a strong lifelong connection with many British and Commonwealth services, regiments, and corps. The royal family have had a close bond with the Gurkhas, and they have always shown their gratitude and honors to the Gurkha regiment in various forms. From the Duke of Edinburgh's visit to meet with the troops of the 7th Gurkha Rifles to commemorate the celebration of Gurkha 200, marking the Gurkha regiment's 200 years of service to the British Crown. His Royal Highness had a deep interest in the Gurkha soldiers and their families. He visited Nepal during many occasions, including for the conservation visits and accompanying the Queen on the state visit in 1961 and 1986. Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, was a strong-willed and independent man who found himself at the center of British society. The Duke retired from the public life in August 2017 after decades of supporting the Queen and attending events for his own charities and organization. And prior to the coronavirus pandemic, Buckingham Palace calculated that he had completed 22,219 solo engagements since 1952, a remarkable life of public service. His greatest achievement was undoubtedly the constancy and the strength of his support for the Queen in the long years of her reign. Today, we as the Nepalese Association Wiltshire gather here in small numbers to pay our respect to His Royal Highness the Prince, who will be conveyed to his final resting place. Thank you very much.
For the life of Prince Philip, for his love of our country, and for his devotion to duty we will trust him now to your love and mercy. Through our Redeemer, Jesus Christ. Amen.
He is the top of the regiment. He is the top man. That's why we love to the royal family. The royal family love to the Gurkhas. And today is really sad day. We can't attend to his actual funeral, but we are trying to do our best